Yo, what is going on, my fellow weeps? Chrono here, and welcome back to another video. So, today's video, I wanted to review the NGS forums and take a look at some of the feedback you guys have been providing. You guys checked out the previous video where we reviewed the Discord, and some of you guys were a little afraid I was going to get to your feedback. Don't worry, we'll get there eventually. But it comes to my attention. I've never been to the forums. And then I looked for the forums, and I couldn't find the forums. So either I'm a three-head, or they're only available on the JP site. I don't know. Could be either one, but I gotta get a video for you guys out, or I gotta get a video out for you guys. So we're gonna jump the gun and do the one thing you guys said I really shouldn't do. I'm gonna subject myself to the brain rot, and we're about to review the PSO2 NGS Reddit. But before we jump to that, if you guys are new here, like I mentioned, I'm Chrono. I primarily cover PSO2 content. Would much appreciate a subscribe as we work our way towards the 10K mark, hopefully by the end of this year. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this. Also here, look, this is to prove that I look like I don't see the forums. I don't see them anywhere. Like in my brain, I feel like I've known they were there. Like export info, terms, FAQs, supports community stuff, and comics. Maybe they don't have English forums, and like I don't blame them because trying to manage those forums would be really, really annoying. But yeah. They always mention provide your feedback over, over X or it's Twitter or on the forums. And it might just be that they're expecting the global side to provide their feedback over X. So yeah, I mean, like we looked, right? I mean, I looked, right? I don't know. I'll do some more research in a little bit, but like I said, they gotta get a video for you guys out today. Oh boy, make sure we don't have this in dark mode. That's off. It's also off. All right. I will now subject myself to, you know what? No. We're gonna go ahead and review the NGS Reddit. The Reddit boys get a lot of flack that that either they're mean or it's just like, what am I looking for? Oh, they're just overall kind of terrible takes. So we're gonna review the Reddit, and if something is based, we're gonna call it based. If something's trash, we're gonna call it trash. Just that simple. Maybe Reddit will love me after this. Maybe I'll cause nuclear drama. Who knows? All right, let's see what we got. So weekly questions and help thread. It's a mega thread listing. This is a weekly thing. It's auto modern. Do I want to look through this? No, there's these questions. All right, I was wondering, is the XP from side etc. shared to the sub jobs or applied to main job only? If I recall correctly, your sub job should get XP as well from all sources. This is true. No matter what the source is, you always get experience. So this is a situation where if you are doing side quests and you get a huge chunk of experience, your sub job will continue, or your subclasses will get experience up to 5 levels from the maximum. Keep that in mind. So it is shared. It's not the full experience. I believe it's at 75%. They've upped it from 50, I want to say. Don't quote me on that. I remember it being 50, but I believe they pushed it to 75 recently. I don't pay attention to leveling, man. It happens so easily. It's not that big a deal. So yeah. Any guide or rotation info about Knuckles after the update? A few of my friends have actually made some videos. I think MKP as well as Nova have focused on the fighter update. They both tend to make videos about almost all weapons. They play most of the weapons. So if you're curious about what you should be doing, you can go ahead and check out their videos. You can just YouTube Renova or Master MKP. You'll find either one. So pretty simple. If I don't, try to remember to leave a link in the video description. How do I get to cocoon facilities in Stia? Do your whole story, and then you'll get to the cocoons. Are Octo armor still good enough to bother grinding up to 81, or is it time to invest elsewhere? See, the thing is, when new armors come out, like the newer armors came out, they were so strong that it was worth investing in them almost immediately, even over my armors that were close to best in slot at the time, with just a augment capsule. With just like a one of the Addy augment, or at the time XD augment capsules, even with just all LC augments, it was worth it. But I would just look and see what your gear is going to be like after augmenting. You can use something like the calculator, and you'll be able to see exactly how good that sort of stuff is. I mean, when you're looking at this, is it worth it? Is it time to invest? it was time to invest a long time ago. The longer you wait, the less you get out of your investment. That's the thing, is people usually wait way too long to invest in new armor, and they get irritated when new armor comes out because they're like, I just made this armor. Well, if you had made the armor when it came out, then you wouldn't, be stuck in that situation. But hopefully Augment Transfer takes care of some of that stuff. So is what it is. But as you already have heavily fixed Octo armors, maybe, but if you have LC on Octo at the moment, you're probably better off investing in INA. I mean, no, I disagree with this very heavily. It really depends on your armor, on what you have to augment your INA with, not how heavily augmented your Octos are. Is there a way to get the Sonic? Is there a way to get Sonic the Hedgehog shoes this time, like in the past? Yeah, this was a couple days ago, but they announced what was going to be. Actually, we can pop over here. They announced what was going to be in the event ahead of time, if I remember correctly, right? The Sonic event, the Sonic's birthday. This was on the this is 11th. It is the 16th, so we would have known by now. And you can see right there, Sonic soap shoes. So this is, unless they're talking about the earlier Sonic shoes, like the base Sonic shoes, like it was there. I'm not sure if there's a way to get his standard shoes. Okay, no, they mentioned it. Okay, cool. Is there a way to have different hair colors for different looks? Nope. Is there a tutorial how to link your Japanese PC to PlayStation? I believe the PlayStation version of the game has you sign into your account, your Japanese account, if I remember correctly, because you have to have a SEGA ID. But don't quote me on that. Any third anniversary Sonic related keywords yet? 15. So recent guide for deck-based farming wanted some follow-up. The guide says you gotta have specific gear, be level 90. I got my but I'm using the freebie armor they threw at us recently, level 77 Waker. I go to deck space, my lowest damage hits are 3,300 or so, where the guide says the absolute minimum is 2,800 or so per hit. Is the guide crazy overkill? Am I reading it wrong? I know higher stat weapons get a penalty, but do I really need tuned down armor as well? Surely I'll be doing even more significant numbers by the time I'm 90. This leads into, would it be rude if I went farming rooms now as level 77 instead of waiting until I'm max leveled? Tertiary did that. Anyone feeling like sharing a room password for private farming? Say probably doing 500 more damage than the minimum. Okay, well, I mean, I would probably not comment if you don't know the difference, but the idea behind these farms is that you want to at least be one tapping the enemies, and the reason why they give you an absolute minimum is because you want to be able to hit them to keep moving on. You don't have to be the meta class. You don't have to be the meta setup. You can literally go in with your gear. As long as you're reasonably taking out enemies, your yield is going to be very, very good. The idea here with these guides is for like the maximum yield. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at it. You know what? I'm kind of over this. Let's see what else is on the Reddit. Just reviewing the entire Reddit. The bug thread. Oh, the bug thread. Nothing. There's nothing. Game's broken, by the way. Really dig the recent story stuff. Me too, man. Here's your obligatory spoiler warning for those of you guys who don't want to hear anything about the story. I'm gonna click it. Okay, it just talks about the transition. Okay, yeah, that's lame. NGS keyword they mentioned. Okay, cool. PSO2 New Genesis FPS fix. Hey guys, I found out that PS2 New Genesis is a pretty annoying bug at Linux Arc via Steam Epic and Windows versions. AMD GPUs, you run the game with a custom G Proton. You run the game with custom G Proton in the menu. You start have 90 FPS, limited. Okay, I mean, this is kind of whatever. What series is your main weapon from? Wingguard, Iridium, Flu? I'm afraid. Okay, so we're gonna click on Wingguard and click on vote. And a lot of this is disappointing. Stop it. Unless you're just new, right? Like if you're new, okay, but like stop it. Oh, that's cute. Nice little sundress. You can get an upvote. We upvote fashion. I'm married to a fashionista. I'd probably get beat up if I don't. Unofficial NGS post nameless city update survey. They're doing a survey. Interesting. It's over a year since I posted the last fan survey, so I guess it's time to do another. Interesting. The Skulls posted a discussion thing, somewhat like a survey, and everyone got like kind of annoyed or kind of liked it. I don't know. Fully like to see. Oh, do we take the survey? And that might be another video idea. We'll come back to this. We'll come back to this. Build this house in my friend's C space. Oh, that's pretty cool looking. You know, again, we'll have cool stuff. NGS keyword, fun in the sun. Yep, fun in the sun was a keyword. I gotta post that actually. And apologies if you guys can hear. My neighbors apparently are renovating next door, and they have been hammering away since like 8:30 in the morning. Buddy Master Chief, again, fashion. We like this. Shortage PP burn plus hysterical strength equals fun. Yes. Putting these two together is amazing, and it's an amazing combination. I will always fight for this. Funny enough, if you're concerned about death and you're like, I'm gonna get hit and I'm gonna die, blah 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 blah, you can either pair this with the auto use healing item EX skill, or you can pair this with something like patient defense, which will basically have a 25% damage reduction on you at all times as long as you're fighting. So pretty dope. Is there a rogue for a soul reaper look? Oh, I see. Well, I mean, I feel like that's mostly just Kenshin, right? I was gonna say the Kenshin look would have kind of worked, but oh, they're looking for the robe that goes over top. Never mind. I mean, again, fashion. I like the cast look. Robot. First time model bug. What is this? So I don't know if people have already found a bunch of this stuff, but I found this hilarious. First time model bug. I don't know if anyone found a bunch of the... Is there something that we're looking at here? Like, is there a bug? Are you calling yourself bugged? Dude, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too old now. Who knows? Any thoughts on what the next round of TA custom should be? Personally hoping for single target versions of homing darts like from base, or an extra range plus lunge distance. For Raving Falcon. No. I do want Raving Falcon eventually, yes, but give me just the big freaking AoE right now so I can farm efficiently. Please just give me the giant AoE so I can farm efficiently. That'd be fantastic. Or if you're gonna do Falcon, give Falcon pure piercing, similar to how, what's it called, Caliber Streak has. They said you couldn't explain how you climbed on the volcano. It's a 3-minute video. We're not watching that. Samish Chief and Slayer. Yo, that's sick, dude. That is actually super cool. I love it. Is there like a certain meta I need? W builds as a healer. Oh no. All right, I think I might have found my first brain rot. Not the person posting this, but I'm afraid of what people are going to say. All right. So I buy level 5 Fixa Arma, you know? Now I realize it's going to take some time to get all the capsules and stuff, but I'm wondering if there is a guide to help me because I want to be the best build. I like PP minus. I'm a healer build, Tector, Waker. Is there a way I can look for different setups? That may not be mine because I know it's also gonna be DPS. That's fine. I'm just wondering about BIS capsules, so I know what to grind for. Thank you. In terms of build right now, okay, so hang on. Before we even get into that, I'm gonna go ahead and give my 2 cents on this really quick here. Forever posted this if you guys are watching, or if anyone else feels like this when it comes to PSO2. So I know there's some people out there that like very specific types of builds, that want to be healers, that want to be tanks, that want to be tankier, like just, you know, general different things when it comes to MMOs. So just know the game doesn't really lend itself to your playstyle. And that's not to say that you can't play that playstyle. It's just, if you find that a lot of things fit your mold, it's because it's not really built in a way to fit your mold. You can set yourself up to be able to fit the role you're looking for, but understand that you don't want to sacrifice everything to fit that role. To give an example, let's say you wanted to play a tank in PSO2. Well, you can build yourself tanky. You can build yourself to take threat and to hold enemies in one place. You can apply your playstyle for that and to make sure that you are like a solid rock of an individual that can help support your team by keeping all the attention on themselves, as well as keeping the enemy kind of still and in place, right? That level of support. Even in some cases, maybe sharing that defensive, tanking or that defensive utility with other people around you. However, you don't want to sacrifice every bit of damage that exists to accomplish this, because it actually doesn't work that way. It actually works in reverse. The less damage you do, the more difficult it is for you to be that tanky rock of an individual. If you build yourself, let's say you play something like Hunter as your main, you've got 3 weapons to choose from. Realistically, sword is kind of your go-to, as it is one of the more it can be one of the more stationary weapons. You can apply yourself in ways that make it so you are that rock. You can keep things on you, and you can deal enough damage to be able to do so along with your Warcry skill. Now, granted, is it perfect? No. You are going to have times where people will do more damage than you. They will throw it away from you if you're not playing super well, or if you don't have Warcry available at that given time. But you can also build yourself in a way that you're going to be able to be sturdy, right? Like if someone told me they wanted to play tanky or be a tank in a sense, I would of course recommend damage to them, but I would not recommend them any damage that would also compromise on their tankiness. So we wouldn't be talking about something like any of the trials, right? Outside of Mega Trial, I wouldn't be recommending any of the other trials that reduce your your resistance or your defense. When you talk about, reduction of PP, that's fine, because that's not reducing your tankiness. If you come in and you're like, I want to be a healer build, I'm probably not going to talk to you about playing, sub Hunter or sub like I'm not talking about like all of the different DPS based subs. You can, I said sub Hunter than DPS based subs. That's not really the same thing. I'm not going to talk to you about those specific subs. I'm going to talk to you about like playing Tector as your main, or playing Force as your main, and then maybe subbing Waker, giving you the ability to heal around you more often. You have more heals around you in general. You're still focused on dealing damage. You're still focused on providing buffs, but you also have an extra layer of support that you can support people more than most people would. That way you can just play Wand and still deal damage, but you look around, you're like, oh, hey, people aren't me taking damage. I can pop a heal and all of them get healed back up. I don't care what anyone says. Most cases, unless you're someone who plays shortage HP burn, people are going to appreciate getting that heal and they don't have to press anything for it. It is very helpful. It is very useful, and it totally works out, and you don't have to compromise on your damage to do it. So you can do things like this. It's just know that it's a little pigeonholed. It's a little bit more difficult to do. So just keep in mind your goals overall. Don't shirk damage for the sake of this. The idea is that you get damage plus this. You can sacrifice a little bit of damage here and there to get a lot more utility where you want to. All right, let's see what people have to say. In terms of build right now, the advice is usually work towards something close to current BIS DPS build for non-Slayer. Yes, this is good. And okay, so this is an asterisk, right? This is good if you don't have any Fixa Fatale. As soon as you hit Fixa Fatale 3 to 4, this is cope. And this is a throw. Get rid of Grand Dread Keeper post, like you want just raw damage. I would say go with something like, honestly, I would say go with something like either Wardrow or Guar. I know it's minus defensive stats, but you're also a Tector who's always going to have D-band up on yourself. So you'll be able to kind of fight against that. If you feel like you have tons of PP, you can go with something like Spiro, or you can just mix and match, not have too much of any one bad thing. But I would not go with Dreadkeeper unless you just really, really, really want the defensive utility. It's kind of a throw after Fatale 3. Fatale 3 is where it's on the cusp, but like it's mostly okay because it doesn't really matter. But Fatale 4, it's definitely a throw. If healing is the focus, it's not the meta. You'll find you'll be off the normal track. It's kind of funny to focus on something that usually isn't seen enough. I think I've seen high HP focus, damage resistance, and ailment resistance builds on here before. I think the only overall percentage matters. I think only the overall percentage matters if other players are healed by you. It's going by the percentage determining their HP. Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing, is like you can't really build into this. You having more HP doesn't heal other players by more. It's just the percentage of what your heal goes for. It's based on their health, not yours. really focus on healing. I only know a few things that touch it directly. Recovery stats via robust food ingredients, HP recovery via Synquim weapons up to 20%, or post PB effects on Silver weapons up to 50%. Don't. Braver's Resta amplifier passive skill, I believe this is a direct boost up to 30%. Main 20% sub job, and Wicker's Resta effect continuance passive skill. This is the only one that I would consider out of any of these. Like just this plus Tector main, that way you can actually heal around you. There's your basic healer in a sense. If you want to be more selfish, I guess you could say, you could do Braver sub for breakball HP gain to heal yourself. But I would highly recommend going sub Waker. It gives you a bit more tankiness and also gives you the ability to save on rest assigns overall. That's pretty much how I would go about this. Healing is kind of a nice to have. No one should need healing, or no one should need sort of. I'm sorry. AoE healing is kind of nice to have. Nobody should need sort of thing in NGS. Having some kind of skills for healing is fine, but there's no need to make gear for it. I guess you could have EX for it. Yeah, here's the thing, right? Like you can tailor the EXs to what you're trying to do. They'll go with, of course, the high, what is it called? The one that gives you more damage for having max HP. I forget. Lively HP, that. So go with lively HP, but you can do something like Fortune Sign and the defensive one if you really, really want to. Those are totally fine. And what it allows you to do is just have access to more healing, and that healing makes so you take less damage. And most people want to be a bit more tanky if they're playing healer because they don't want to die. They want to make sure they can keep everyone else alive too. So those are solid options that you can go with in that situation itself. AoE okay, that's fine. Max out shift and D-band is really strong. Not sure the range one is needed though. That's a Tector main. That's a Tector main thing. I mean, the range one's gonna depend on the groups you play in. Realistically, you pop wrist or D-band and shift on everyone anyway. So it's like gonna be a niche thing where you can kind of throw it out to people that might be a bit further away, but people usually are going to try to run for your circle regardless. So as long as you're popping shift and D-band in the right places where people are usually congregated, you'll usually hit everyone, so it's not a big deal. Not really. Augments are pretty much purely about stats, and the healing is completely independent of stats outside of the ones that EX augments give you a chance not to consume flowers. There really isn't anything to do with gear to make healing better. You're best off building your gear the same way as other players. Yeah, I mean, you build your gear mostly the same way. You just avoid things that are going to go against your overall play style, like I mentioned at the very start. I mean, this isn't bad. This is pretty solid. I expected there to be a lot of brain rot here, but like it's totally reasonable. I've heard some bad things about the Reddit, and honestly, guys, I don't see it yet. Maybe we'll review the Reddit again. I do want to put some eyes on the Reddit because I think it's cool to have a Reddit that's actually popping off, that's actually doing cool stuff. But Reddit has pretty bad rap of being, you know, pretty terrible. So, you know, you hope and you pray. Oh, hold on. This could be one of the top MMOs if they fixed the shop. All right, one last one. Like, there is so much fashion, it's almost endless, but it's almost impossible to find anything unless you type it in correctly. I just don't get it. The amount of customization is insane, yet it's so hard to find anything. I've been having a blast buying outfits, and yet I have to search for it. Shake my head. It's so good. It's just so in need, but it's so in need to SEGA to make a functional shop. So I don't think you should have titled it this way. It's crazy, right? Because this isn't incorrect. This is actually pretty on point. The shop search sucks. It's always sucked. It sucked since base PSO2. It sucked since JP. It's just really annoying to deal with. You just have to know what it is you're looking for most of the time. That being said, this could be one of the top MMOs if they fix the shop. Hopeful. Love me some PSO2, but hopeful. But yes, they do need to address the shop. I really wish they would. And that's the closest I've had to like one of those like nuclear takes, right? You know what? You get a thumbs up. And wait, where's my thumbs up list, didn't I? I got a thumbs up fashion or my wife's gonna beat me up. Plus, I dig this basewear, dude. Type 2 Chrono is definitely gonna wear that basewear. But that takes us to the end of our video. So what do you guys think? I do think I'm going to be doing more of these Reddit reviews in the future. We'll have to see. They might get a bit spicy. They might get a bit fun, you know. Again, I would love to see more eyes on the Reddit, people posting cool memes, fun stuff. I didn't see any memes. I'm actually a little disappointed. I didn't see any memes, dude. Even the really bad ones about maintenance, like no memes. What's going on here? NGS community, get it together. Get some memes on the Reddit. Okay. All right. Thanks. This isn't a threat. Okay, it might be a threat. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching all the way into the video. This went on longer than I thought it was actually going to. I started to fall down a rabbit hole I didn't think I was going to, but it's easy for that to happen in these videos, unfortunately. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, sub if you want to keep up with more. Join us over on Discord as we try to cultivate a community over there with like-minded individuals where we talk about PSO2, Final Fantasy 14, and other MMOs, Elden Ring, the gachas, or we're playing Wuthering Waves, all kinds of fun stuff. Either way, take care, my friends. Peace out.